Good afternoon. If you can take your seats so we can begin. So good afternoon. I am Dr. Mines, head of school, and I welcome you to the Cleveland Metropolitan School District's commencement ceremony for the Bard High School Early College Cleveland class of 2025. Before we begin, please take out your cell phones, put them on vibrate or silent. I'll wait. Vibrate or silent. And please keep the aisles clear so that everyone can see their graduates and enjoy the program. At this time, let's welcome our graduates. Let's give a round of applause to the class of 2025. You may be seated. To begin today's ceremony, we welcome Erin Frew, Officer of Schools, to the podium to share opening remarks on behalf of the district.
Good evening. Congratulations to the Bard Early College class of 2025. This is a fantastic class who has numerous accomplishments, and I'm going to just go through a few of them. One is they have earned over 4,700 college credits, with each averaging more than 3 semesters of transferable college credits, which I know the parents are thrilled about because, boy, does that save you a lot of money. 86% of your seniors are earning their associate's degree along with their high school diploma. Your students have received over $4.7 million in scholarship offers. And they will be using those scholarship dollars at some incredibly prestigious universities, including Boston College through the Questbridge program, Oberlin, Elon University through the Odyssey Scholarship. 2 of the students will be attending Case Western as Cleveland Scholars. There is a Young Scholar Scholarship to The Ohio State University, and the Aspire Scholarship to Ursuline University. In addition to the academic accomplishments, the Bard seniors have been members of the Senate Swim Team Championships for the young ladies, and the young men were runners-up. The boys were the Senate Volleyball champs. Bard was the Senate Softball champion. And members of the class were state track and field participants in indoor track and field. Congratulations to the Bard class of 2025.
So, to the class of 2025 from Dr. Mines. You've made it. This is truly a time of celebration for you, your families, and all of the other villagers who participated in the journey along the way. I do truthfully have mixed emotions about it all. While you all know that my favorite student is a graduated student, days like today and graduation season in general call for a bit of reflection. Let's take a moment to recap the last 4 years at BSEC. We could talk about the courses that you've passed or failed, the friendships that you've gained or lost, or any of the other achievements, endeavors, and experiences that you've had since 9th grade. We could also talk about your growth, coming in as lost and timid freshmen and blooming into the strong, kind, and capable humans that we are sending off to a new adventure. Whether that adventure leads you to college, career, or whatever else, please remember the things that you have learned and the relationships that you have built during your years at BSEC. This place is truly unlike any other place, and each of you have left a mark that no one can undo. To the class of 2025, it has been my honor to be a part of your high school journey and serve as your principal. You might not realize it now, but you will miss me. Maybe it's the loud get out of my hallways, the side eyes, or the quick, short replies that I give. But you'll miss me. In all honesty, I'll also miss you. Never forget that I am always a phone call or email away. And as you leave, remember that effort is the key to it all. It might feel uncomfortable. It might be too new. You might be the first, but you can do it. Thomas Jefferson said, if you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something that you've never done. Go out, be great, and do great things. I believe in you all and can't wait to see what's next. Congratulations, BSEC class of 2025. As our students walk the stage today, you will notice some students have a blue cord. These are students who are eligible for the Say Yes Scholarship. Will all students who are eligible please stand? You can have a seat. In support of continued success, each scholar who crosses the stage today will also receive a certificate from CMSD to receive a free laptop from PCs for People to take with them onto their digital journey beyond high school. Congratulations. Each year, a member of the graduating class is selected to share their thoughts and hopes with their fellow classmates. This year's speaker is Ms. Genesis Melendez. Ms. Melendez typifies our unique selection process for a graduation speaker. At various points along the last 4 years, I'm sure the faculty would have been anywhere from certain to shocked that she would be standing here as this year's speaker. Genesis joined the Bard family as a freshman in fall of 2021. During her time here, she has grown personally, academically, and socially. It is her growth specifically that makes her a fantastic representative for this class. While her and I may have butted heads around appropriate snack food sales and delivery, she found success on our campus. I remember when we first met and she was wearing a Selena t-shirt. We chatted about her interest a bit and have been rocking ever since. Ms. Melendez is a graduate of Minds Matter, a bilingual writing center tutor, and our school's second Questbridge recipient, receiving a full scholarship to Boston College, where she'll begin her time as an Eagle in August. Please join me in welcoming this year's speaker, Ms. Genesis Melendez.
Hi, everybody. First off, I want to thank everyone who came from CMSD and Bard. And I just want to tell y'all a story. So, Bard has always been hot. Every fall, winter, and spring, the heaters are never turned off. But nothing compares to Summer Bridge. It was like burning through different waves of heat that just got worse as you kept going up, and even though it was melting us alive, we still managed to make the most out of those 2 weeks by reconnecting with old friends from middle school and making new ones for the years to come. I saw smiles and heard laughter coming from the gym where we played volleyball together, or the auditorium where we were forced into assemblies. We didn't know where we would end up or what we would do, just who we wanted as friends. The first day that freshman year started, everyone rushed into a group and stopped talking to each other slowly. You could still hear and see us, but not all in the same room, especially not the auditorium. I'll never forget when Miss Archer, wishing her the best, tried to give us assigned seats, and everybody stormed out in hopes of escaping the surprise. You would find us in classroom, asking for hallway passes, or questions for assignments we didn't care about at the time. The teachers kicked most of us out, and looking back at this, I noticed that even though we grew apart, we were friends again, and we knew each other enough to leave together as a group, like we once were in Summer Bridge. By sophomore year, some grew apart while others grew closer. We might have said we hated each other over the stupidest stuff, but we'll always love the memories. I believe some would agree. Sophomore year was hard for all of us in some ways. Whether it was in Wang's chemistry class or Parker and Nunn's arrival with new teaching methods that took a while to getting used to, we all struggled. Since he's not here, the only time Parker was right was when he called us idiots. He was trying to teach us the word sophomore, which means wise fool in Greek, but at the time we were offended by this. As I think about it now, though, we were exactly that. We had a knowledge of what was coming, just not doing anything to prepare for it, and instead played around until junior year. As we became year ones, the game stopped, and we were transitioning into reality. Our futures were ahead of us, and the boiling heat turned into pressure. We had to show we knew what we were doing by writing countless essays, testing for the state, and researching colleges. Our sweat wasn't caused by being hot anymore. It came from the thought of messing up. I still remember staying up late or waking up early just so I could do assignments, then show up sleep-deprived for school with eye bags. And at some point, we've asked ourselves, why am I still doing this? Or what am I still doing here? I know I did. Yet we were determined to reach our goals and remain persistent. When we entered our senior year, everyone was tired, irritable, and used to the heat. Nobody wanted to be there anymore, and it was just a competition to see who could last the year passing. Everyone quickly began to focus on where they would be going for college, supporting each other during the stress of applying, and this created a community that once reminded me of Summer Bridge, where we were once close. No one was looked at as weird or fake. You were seen as an old friend, regardless if you haven't spoken since freshman year. Even teachers became more social and eased up enough to roast us publicly. I love this feeling again, and I was so grateful to see us bonding like kids who didn't have any idea of how fast we were growing up. Now, as we graduate, we will never be hot again and worry about suffering in the heat one more year like we used to. No more buying mini fans that only last a month. No more bringing big bottles so you don't have to drink the school's water. And no more sweaty days until graduation. The most it will be is warm. And when it's warm, I want you to remember Bard. Bard always had its moments, yet you can't deny you had fun here. We had a whole drop room, bar bazaar, and no-mester, something that the younger class will never understand. And we've learned to appreciate little things like that. Bard gave me goals to grow and develop into a woman who doesn't care about what the world thinks of her, just the future that's ahead of her. This isn't just the finish line, though. It's the beginning of what's to come. I appreciate every single one of you, even the teachers, faculty, and Dr. Mines, for making my high school experience a fun one to remember. And thank you for everyone for being a part of my story. And to my beloved sister, who saw me fully and loved every version of me. I did it, Juna!
Let's give Ms. Melendez another round of applause. Another tradition here at Bard is that we present individual students from each department with an award or book in recognition of their commitment to the subject. Each department has selected a student that exemplifies what it means to be an outstanding scholar and thinker in the discipline. Awardees can be found in your programs. Please come up when I call your name to be recognized. From the arts department, from the art and Spanish department, we have Ms. Viana Anton Georgie. Congratulations. Yep. And stay here, Viana. Turn around. Photo. From the Health and PE Department, Mr. Dolman Lopez Maldonado. For the Seminar Department, Ms. Promise Putman. Okay, shoes. For the Math, Science, and Chinese Department, Mr. Peyton Mills. From the Literature Department, Ms. Sincere Cruz. And from the History Department, Ms. Natana M. The Wright-Peterson Award is given at all BSEC campuses to the student deemed by faculty to exemplify the spirit of the liberal arts. Named after the founding principal of Bard High School, Early College, Manhattan, this award has been given out in Cleveland since 2016 to the students who make an impact across our campus. This year's awardee is Ms. Viana Anton Georgie. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Risco, our Dean of Collegiate Studies, to introduce this year's commencement speaker.
The last time I introduced this person was in 2018 to win the Wright-Peterson Award. Wynter Millsaps is an educator based in New York City who is a founding faculty member at Bard High School Early College in the Bronx, which is the 9th of our 10 campuses. Wynter's career has focused on increasing college access and accessibility for multilingual and international students. Her international focus comes from her studies in Latin American politics and her time in Ecuador, skills that she's using as the project manager for the Bard Early College Berlin Summer Program. She's a 3-time Bard College graduate, including BSEC Cleveland in 2018 as a member of our first full freshman class, Bard College in Annandale in 2021, and Bard College's MAT program in 2023. It's been 10 years that we have been opened, and so after those 10 years, we thought it would be good to have somebody who's, been around just like you all have, and to give you all a sense of what's coming next. And without further ado, Ms. Wynter Millsap.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, families, educators, staff members, and everyone else who forms the village for these graduates. My name is Wynter Millsaps, she, hers, and this is my 10th going on 11th year in the Bard network. Thank you. I was just completing my first year at BSEC Cleveland as a founding student 10 years ago. I am just now completing my second year at BSEC Bronx as a founding faculty and staff member. If I learned a few things over my time at Bard, they are how to start something new, write, and read with the intention to think. At BSEC, I read religious texts in the academic context, the great American novel, stories by and about marginalized communities, and texts in different formats. I thought long and hard about what it means to be human and a citizen, and who is excluded from these definitions, and why. I took classes at BSEC Cleveland that broke my mind and gave me the tools to figure out how to put the pieces back together again, and for that I am grateful. I am the youngest of 5 and was raised by a single mom. During my freshman year at BSEC Cleveland, my mom was inspired to go back to school to earn her GED. We would often study together, me pitching my essay ideas to her in the car, and us both working on math when we would get home. At an early age, I discovered a love for education. and consider myself now as a lifelong learner. I was the first person in my family to earn a college degree at my joint high school graduation and AA commencement in 2018. Since then, I have earned 2 more degrees, a bachelor's in international relations and a master's in teaching Spanish, all from Bard College. I now work in education and have been dedicated to supporting early college students within the Bard network, whether it be at Bard College, Bard Early College Hudson, or most recently at Bard High School Early College Bronx. I am a product of Bard, and I believe wholeheartedly in the BSEC mission to provide opportunities to young people who would otherwise not have access to them. When I look back on my 25 years, I see my life split between a time before Bard and after. The motto instilled in me since my first writing and thinking workshop was, Bard is a place to think. For 10 years, I have dedicated myself to an institution that always encouraged me to think, to challenge the status quo, to travel the world, and to engage in difficult conversations. Oftentimes, those difficult conversations being with the people closest to me. It takes courage to challenge an idea, especially that of a loved one. But I first learned how to be courageous at BSEC Cleveland, and I'm thankful for that skill. I'm going to leave you all with a piece of advice. Stay curious. We are growing up in an age where almost anything you could want to know is right at your fingertips. AI's prevalence in our society is increasing. Fascism and misinformation are on the rise. And as our world and the technology around us evolves, we must evolve with it. However, as this technology makes our lives easier and information more accessible, we must remember to not let it think for us, and to continue to exercise our critical thinking abilities, to continue to question if the information being presented to us is viable. If you've learned anything in your time at Bard, I hope it was to think for yourself. I hope it was to think for yourself. It might be easier to let others do the work, but I implore you to keep asking hard questions, continue engaging in difficult conversations, and do things that push you outside of your comfort zone, because that is how you will continue to grow. I hope you all are proud of the hard work you have done and are excited for the next chapter ahead of you. You deserve to celebrate and be celebrated. It is an honor to speak before you all today. And with that, congratulations, class of 2025, you did it.
On behalf of the class of 2025 and BSEC Cleveland, we want to present Ms. Millsap with the token of our appreciation for speaking today.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you all are doing okay. My name is Dumaine Williams. I'm the Vice President and Dean of the Early Colleges for Bard College, a former principal here in Cleveland. And my job is to give a charge to the graduates. What that means is, this is the commencement ceremony, right? So many of the students, as you've heard, are earning their college degree today. And as we heard from our speaker, this is hopefully your first of many college degrees. And a college degree is, yes, something you have at the end of 4 hard years, but it's also the beginning of new opportunities, whether that is more education, whether that's a job. And so the commencement part of today is celebrating that something new is happening and something new is beginning for all of you. And our excitement for you today is an excitement that you get to experience this new thing. So on behalf of the president at Bard College, on behalf of the trustees at Bard College, I would like to express my deep congratulations to the class of 2025. A round of applause to them again, please. I have a few remarks, and I'm going to try and keep it very quick. I want to first, before I get to the graduates and I'll speak to you last, I do want to first give a huge shout out to our support systems. So our parents, our friends, our cousins, our aunts, our grandparents, you all have achieved something great because you've supported these amazing students throughout this process. So a round of applause for all of our supporters. Also, a huge shout out to our faculty and staff. I'm going to ask the faculty and staff to please stand. Please, to get faculty and staff, please stand so we can recognize you. Including Dr. Walker, who is in the stands. Dr. Walker, you should stand as well. So, current and past faculty and staff, I know firsthand how hard it is to do this job. Being an educator is hard, being a teacher is hard, being a college professor is hard. Trying to do all of those things all at once is extremely difficult. So congrats to you all on an amazing year and at 4 great years of supporting these students. So now I'll turn to the students. Today is a celebration. Today is a time for you all to take it in and enjoy these achievements and accomplishments. Many of you, again, have earned an associate's degree alongside your high school diploma. You should never take that for granted. Do not take opportunity for granted. You've accomplished something because of your hard work. You've accomplished things despite times where maybe you felt that the class wasn't going to work, or the paper wasn't going to turn out, or you didn't study enough for the test. Whatever it was, you've persevered, you've done your best, and most importantly, you've learned. Failing, not doing your best is part of education. None of us who are successful say we're successful because we've never failed. We are successful because we've failed and we've figured out how to get better through failure. So as you go out into the world, I encourage you to take risks, to push yourself, and to not be afraid of stumbling. When you stumble, it's okay. You pick yourself up and you keep going. And the people around you, your faculty, your friends, your parents, are here to support you. I'm here today to also remind you as students that Bard values and remains committed to some very simple things. Above everything else, Bard is a place that values learning and knowledge. Our jobs as educators is to nurture a love of learning in you as our students. Learning, yes, as a tool so you can get a degree, you can pass your class, you can get a job. Those things are really important. But learning is also even more important because it helps you understand your place in the world. You can now, through this learning, make informed decisions and be part of an impact in the world. Bard also values creativity. We value individuality. You've all shown that. And Bard values education as a tool for both personal improvement and for real-world change. We need this now more than ever. You are graduating at a time in this country where our legal system, our elected officials, and all of the wars and conflicts around the world taking place at this very moment are showing us a few things. They're showing us what power means in this country. They're showing what power and influence means across this world. And we know that something very simple is true. Knowledge is power. You, by knowing something, by knowing your rights, by knowing what is right from wrong, you have power as well. So as you go out into the world, a world that, yes, is scary right now, scary for many of us who are grown and have been at this for a long time. So I know scary for many of you who are getting there now. Remember that you have power. You have power through the things that you know, through the things that you've learned. I encourage you finally to use your renewed status, your newfound status as a graduate, to think about what you can do in your life to benefit yourself, but also more importantly, to benefit those around you. I want you to look around this room and think of other people you can help. You can help your family, you can help your friends. That is a power that you have. You are in many ways lucky to be here. You're here because you've worked hard. You're also here because you're loved by all of these amazing people. You're here because we're here to celebrate you. And you should be thinking, as you celebrate, how can you pay this forward? So I encourage you all to take a deep breath, to enjoy it. Enjoy walking across the stage. Enjoy seeing your name in those diplomas. And enjoy the next phase of your life as you commence. Congratulations.
So Dr. Williams kind of stole my thunder when I was going to recognize all the faculty and staff, but it is truly takes a team, and I could not do it. Nobody could do it. These students couldn't do it without the faculty and staff, so I appreciate you all and thank you. I do want to give a special shout out to Ms. Zielinski. She is retiring this school year. So Ms. Z, stand up. So that bright, cheerful, so unfortunately, when you call now, you might get me instead of that bright, cheerful, laughing voice of Ms. Z. I just want to apologize in advance. Ms. Z, you will be missed. At this time, will all our on-stage guests please stand and remain standing during the conferring of the diplomas? Ms. Frew, would you please join me at the podium?
Dr. Mines, class advisor, and faculty, do you attest to the fact that these students have satisfactorily completed the requisite course of study prescribed by the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, the Board of Education of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, and the Ohio Department of Education?
I certify that all students in front of us today have met all of the educational requirements of the state of Ohio and the Cleveland Metropolitan School District and have passed all the required parts of the Ohio State tests. These students are now ready to receive their diplomas.
Then on behalf of the Cleveland Metropolitan District Board of Education, I have the high honor to bestow upon you members of the Bard High School Early College Cleveland 2025 graduating class, your high school's diplomas, along with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Dr. Williams, would you please join me at the podium to confer the Bard College Associate's degrees?
Thank you. So Bard was founded in 1860, which is a very long time ago. And at the time, all college diplomas were in Latin. So the degrees are conferred also in Latin. And so I'll read the Latin, and just to tell you what you're listening to, it essentially says that you've completed all the requirements from the state of New York, which is where Bard is located, the faculty and staff, and the Bard trustees, and are granting you the Bard degree. So for those students receiving an associate's degree, actualmente mihi camisa, vossa gradum amita soci. Jura de privilegiada hunc gradum pertinida vobis consido, and in testimonium hoc diploma vobis solemnere trado. Congratulations.
Let's receive our graduates.
David Abreu. Chase Alexandra Alcantara. Viana Lorida Anton-Georgi. Amari Barker. Samantha Barnett. Nevaeh Latrice Black. Nevaeh Isabel Bird. Rico Caffey Jr. Kayla Alexa Carradine. Ajale Lucienda Carroll. Theodora Cernat. Priscilla Liliana Chamron. Donato Cifuentes. Adinso Eli Cifuentes Gramajo. Anaya Rose Correa. Jonathan Joel Corzo. Sincere Cruz. Natalie Diaz. Miley Dressler. Ariana Dulick. Natana M. Madison Ferguson. Sebastian Figueroa. Joanne Beatrice Gerard. Alianabel Gonzalez de Jesus. Karina Nicole Gonzalez Torres. Alexis Hernandez. Samantha Louise Howard. Diomaya Elena Hudson. Salah Jaber. Orlando Jamie. Cassidy Miesa Kang. Keiko Lynn Kren. Brianna Michelle Logger. Ariel Monet Lampkin. Danny Linden. Dolman Aldolfo Lopez Maldonado. Maria Lee Lynn Adorno. Mariah Alice A. Margarin. Haruna Mao. Jaden McFarland. Narai Isabel Medina. Genesis Melendez. Cassie Elizabeth Miles. Peyton David Mills. Maylani Judy Mojica. Samaya Marie Molina. Dorothabelle Mady Montgomery. Zaya Moore. Marvin Bruce Wayne Nettles. Layla Ortiz. Isaac Joseph Moore Pace. Jonathan John Persad. Angelina Jolie Petrie. Promise Angel Putman. Jocelyn Katera Redding. Timothy John Robinson. Jasleen Rohel. Jasmine Rose Rosales. Marianne Tyshawn Rose. Nai Jari Santiago. Liam Jose Angel Santos. Michaela Tiani Scott. Aulia Janice Marie Smith. Annalise Smith. Jaslyn Erica Smith. Haley Steiner. Jaden Swoop. Kayla Talton. Bayan Ali Tawil. Bo Townsend. Nakia Monet Twyman. Adriani Liliana Valdez Baltrez. Jaslyn Vasquez. Maxton DePrince White. Amira Naija Williams. Anaya Monique Williams. Kiana Zerby.
Let's give a hand to the class of 2025.
On behalf of the Board of Education of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, Mayor Justin Bibb, and Chief Executive Warren Morgan, I wish to congratulate the young men and women of the Bard High School Early College Cleveland, class of 2025, their parents and families. Congratulations.
At this time, we ask that all graduating seniors please stand. And would Mr. Leslie please join me at the podium?
All right, here we go. The tassel is worn on the right side of the motorboard as a symbol of change. I hereby declare the Bard High School Early College of Cleveland, class of 2025, to be graduates of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. You may now move your tassel to the left side of your motorboards as a sign that you are alumni of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, we share in this celebration of your children's achievements. In line with Bard tradition, I invite this year's student speaker, Ms. Genesis Melendez, up to the podium to ring the gong, which signifies wishes of success for all of the graduates. As we conclude our ceremony, please keep my aisles clear to allow the graduates space to recess. We ask that all families remain inside while the students exit. I promise they'll be to y'all very shortly. Graduates, please follow the podium guests. We thank you all for your patience, and again, congratulations to the class of 2025.